We go. So we have Katya in here. Welcome. Can you hear me? Katya, can you hear me? Você consegue me ouvir, Katya? Katya is not on the list. Katya, você está me ouvindo? Tô conseguindo me ouvir? Nelson. Ah, Nelson Turaro. All right. All right. People are coming. Very good. So before we start, I have a couple of things to talk about. And let me just double check here a couple of things. All right. Anybody here for the first time ever? Alguém aqui pela primeira vez? Luiz Jr. Yeah, you're muted. Be careful while driving. Yeah, all right. Eu vou fazer a introdução em português, a gente está ao vivo aqui, para a gente alinhar as expectativas e vocês entenderem o que que é essa aula de conversação. Primeiro que essa aula de conversação, ela é 100% em inglês e essa especificamente é gratuita. E a gente libera algumas conversações gratuitas para vocês praticarem a conversação em inglês. O que isso significa? Significa que a gente tem cerca de 80 horários diferentes disponíveis de domingo a domingo para você praticar a conversação em inglês, tá? E dentro dessa conversação, a gente tem um tema com 10 perguntas. Nem sempre dá para responder as 10 perguntas, tá? Mas a gente sempre busca conversar e praticar. Você não vai ter uma aula de gramática, eu não vou te ensinar nada, e eu nem estou aqui no papel de professor. Eu estou aqui para facilitar e me desenvolver como líder, como comunicador e como uma pessoa mais criativa, trazendo o tema e sabendo liderar essa conversação. Um outro ponto importante é que você não será corrigido, nem corrigida. E como que você vai aprender sendo que não ninguém vai te ensinar e ninguém vai te corrigir? Você vai aprender assim como se você estivesse nos Estados Unidos, no Canadá, na Austrália, onde você vai viver o idioma 100% na realidade. O tema de hoje é sobre layoffs e para quem está com a câmera fechada, eu vou dizer o seguinte: é extremamente importante para sua fluência, para o seu processo de aprendizado, estar com a câmera aberta, tá? Eu entendo quem não puder abrir a câmera porque é horário de almoço e às vezes você está comendo e tudo mais, mas saiba que quando a sua câmera está fechada, ela impacta negativamente na sua fluência. Porque na maioria das vezes você tem vergonha de abrir a câmera. E quando você tem vergonha de abrir a câmera, significa que você tem vergonha de se expor. E aí, uma coisa leva a outra, e na ponta você vai perceber que você tem vergonha também de falar inglês, porque você não domina o idioma. Então, aqui nessa sessão, você vai desenvolver essas habilidades para se comunicar 100% em inglês. Como é uma sessão gratuita, caso você não se sinta confortável não consiga falar 100% inglês, você pode incluir ali um português. Lembrando sempre que o uso do português não vai te ajudar a falar inglês. Então, só para estar consciente desse cenário. Um outro ponto importante é se você está aqui pela primeira vez, os alunos assinantes, eles têm acesso ao nosso planner, que nada mais é do que o lugar onde você pode se preparar com o tema e as perguntas. Então, hoje a gente vai falar The Seven Deadly Sins of Layoffs and How You Can Avoid Them. É basicamente, né, os 7 pecados dos layoffs, das demissões em massa, e como que você pode evitar eles. Às vezes a gente tem um vídeo de apoio, às vezes não. Quando não tem, aparece um vídeo padrão da plataforma e as perguntas estão aqui, tá? São 10 perguntas e são perguntas que estão propostas para te desafiar. Você não vai ter nessa conversa uma pergunta: What's your favorite color? Ou Do you like English? Or Do you speak English? Né? Que as perguntas, vocês vão perceber que elas são difíceis às vezes de responder até em português. Então, o objetivo aqui é te desafiar. So, if it's your first time, every single session you are going to present yourself. Então, toda sessão que você tiver aqui, que a gente chama de imersão, toda conversa de imersão aqui, você vai ter que se apresentar em inglês. Então, caso você venha se tornar um aluno pagante, caso você venha assinar nossa plataforma, ou você vá participar de alguma outra sessão gratuita para testar mais um pouco a plataforma, prepare a sua apresentação pessoal. Você vai ter aí cerca de 30 segundos a 1 minuto para se apresentar. E aí, ali você vai sentir como que é falar inglês, principalmente já se preparar para as entrevistas de emprego. I'm going to ask some people here to present themselves. Just to start with, I'm not going to split rooms. Nessa sessão de hoje eu não vou dividir as pessoas em salas. E geralmente a gente divide para que todo mundo possa conversar. Mas especificamente essa, uma exceção, eu não vou dividir. Geralmente dividimos entre 3 a 5 pessoas por sala, tá bom? So, I'm going to ask first, Pamela, can you present yourself, who you are, and what are you doing here?
Hey guys, nice to meet you all. Um, I'm Pamela. I'm a community manager at an IT company. Actually, that's how I met you, Philip, because through CM school, and I've been joining the conversation groups at WhatsApp for a while now, but I've never got the chance to participate in a conversation. And today I just received the mail and okay, that's it. Now it's now or never because we always postpone things and that doesn't help at all. So I'm sorry. I didn't get the time to check if I don't have chicken leaks in my teeth. So sorry for that. And
No problem.
yeah, that's it. I don't really use English in my day-to-day life, but I've tried for a while. 2 years from now, I've tried to start a conversation group in my IT company because that was a demand from our professionals to practice English and to have this environment like we are having here. And we tried a lot of different things, and that's the point when I could practice. But for me, in my personal life, I was lacking of that, this space to not forget vocabulary and to learn more. And that's why
Yes,
I'm here.
and in I guess 2012, I tried to start at Itaú, a conversation group. Didn't work out. I have seen so many people trying to do that. Like this idea we have here, it's pretty simple, and we have 80 sessions, 80. So 80 hours per week that you can join and attend to practice English. And more than that, we have courses, we have assessment, English test, and we have our English community in the website that all of you can join. It's for free, the community and the website. And we have our other things. We have happy hours every Friday online. So welcome aboard, Pamela. Good to see you. I'm gonna tell Emiliano that you were around talk and talk. All right. Um, I'm gonna ask, I don't know, Nelson, is this your first time? Not sure. You're muted.
Yes, it's my first time.
So present yourself, who you are, what you're doing here.
Okay. I'm Nelson. I'm a software engineer. I live in Santo André, São Paulo. I live with my wife and son. He is 10 years old. I enjoy traveling, reading, watch movies and series in my free time. Of course, with my family. I'm interested in technology, nature, sports, and relationship with humans. And I'm here to try more confident in speaking English. And of course, grow up in my career, maybe work with companies in other countries.
Very good.
So
So
that's it.
yeah, you're gonna see that you're gonna improve a lot your confidence to speak English, and it's going to be great to a- actually you're all of you, you're gonna learn a lot of vocabulary. You're gonna improve your pronunciation, your listening skills, and of course your speaking just by practicing. I like to say that you don't need to study, you need to learn. Most people are studying, they're not learning. And what does it mean by learning? It's not to answer a test, it's to use the language to find a job, to move to another country, to find a partner, business partner, relationships, whatever. You're going to need to use your voice, your communication skills. That's what we are doing here. So I have 10 questions, and I guess I'm going to do the following. Um, Luis, I know you're driving, but can you speak?
Hi, sorry, it's my first time here, né? And my name is Luis Plínio. I live in Jacareí, and I'm learning English for job. I'm starting work to with technology, and speaking English is very important.
Very good.
I use any apps, but I need to conversation. Try my listen and my speaking. Lose the shame to speak English. Okay?
Yes, very good. And what I've seen so far from the student, um, when you start speaking, at least 1 hour a day, in like 2 or 3 months, you're gonna develop a lot your communication skills, your confidence, and just it doesn't mean that you're gonna get fluent in the language. And we don't care about the fluency. We care about getting the doors opened. So if you're a beginner, you can be a person who speaks the language. So do not focus on, like, don't get me wrong, doesn't focus on fluency. It means what you understand by fluency is the knowledge of the language. So don't focus on that. Focus on speaking and attend meetings, attend interviews and everything. I also have three expressions or vocabulary that I personally like to bring that are going to help us out. So, second order consequences, employer brand, and corporate culture. Sometimes they are vocabulary or expressions or words that you already know, but how do you make yourself speaking those words? So how do you add those words into the discussion? So you be aware that you're going to use those in this conversation if you want to. Okay. So as I mentioned, I'm not here as a teacher, just guiding you through the process. Um, So I'm going to start with Christian with the very first question. Do you understand what a layoff is? Have you ever been in a layoff? It's a new question I'm creating now just to introduce our conversation. Um, how could you explain a layoff for people that are not used with this word or vocabulary?
Sure. Well, I have never been in a layoff, but I understand that I understood the first time that I understood the word layoff was when the pandemic started, when the pandemic hit the world. There were a lot of enterprises or companies that were in troubles because of the economic problem that the COVID-19 caused. So for me, layoff is that kind of situation, I would say, or that kind of effect that this kind of problems or big problems creates, and it obligates companies to fire people, uh, a lot of people at one time. That's for me layoff.
Very good explanation. So basically, layoff means people are getting fired and lots of them for the same company. Okay. Yanni, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So, what we are talking about is about it's the subject of this topic is layoff. Have you ever been in a layoff, or have you seen any of your family or friends, anyone around you being in a layoff?
So I don't understand what does is layoff.
Layoff is it means people get fired, so they have a job, they work, but suddenly they are not working anymore, and a lot of people at the same time. So they are working, but then they lose their job. So
Mm, this is my situation.
yeah, this is your situation. So you
So
get
yeah.
fired. You got fired.
So I was working in solar energy, and I was working in São Paulo, and I have the 2 weeks that I returned in my city, Montes Claros, Minas Gerais, and I lost my work. So I lost my work, but I I going to start the new work on the Monday. Um, and that's it. So my situation is I have the difficult the I don't remember the traduction.
You
Eu
can
tenho
try.
dificuldade de conseguir, vou falar, ah, a minha área em específico.
Yeah.
Because I am civil engineer and meu currículo is good. So I don't work with the construction, and I don't work with the into the beauty. I work with projects. I work with the do and electrical and mm, the vou falar em português para resumir, que isso aqui vai ser difícil. Digamos assim, para algumas empresas, meu currículo é muito bom para o cargo. Para outras empresas, eu não trabalhei dentro da obra. Tipo, eu não toquei obra. Eu trabalhei na área de elétrica e hidráulica. Então, aí eles não contratam. Eu me candidato para um cargo para ganhar experiência, mas eles não me contratam porque meu currículo é muito bom.
I got it.
Mas
I got.
eu não posso me candidatar para um cargo já com experiência porque eu não tenho experiência para tocar obra. Aí
Very
fica
good.
nessa dualidade.
Eu vou fazer um parênteses aqui. Isso que você falou, você já tem um curso de inglês praticamente completo. Só com essas coisas que você disse. Agora você vai lá no nosso YouTube, aproveita, se inscreve, deixa o like no vídeo. E você vai pegar isso que você falou e você vai dar um jeito de traduzir isso. Seja sozinha, seja pedindo ajuda da comunidade da Talk and Talk, seja dando algum outro jeito. E aí você vai aprender um monte de vocabulário de business, business English. Tá aí, você acabou de trazer um
Nossa,
monte de
beleza.
vocabulário de business English. Pronto, simples, assim, ok? If
Não
you
vai
need
simples, não.
support, just let us know in the community, the English community. We're gonna be more than happy to help. I'm going to talk with Nayara now, and I want to hear from you, Nayara. Do you think, and this is something I do quite often, I do not ask those questions that I prepared. I change them, like, because this is real conversations. This is a real conversation. So, Nayara, do you think that's very common to happen, what Yanni said about having a good resume and not getting a job because you're um, too skilled for the job?
Yes, I think it is, but uh, this never happens to me. So I don't know, but I know that happened. I think it's because maybe this person don't have experience enough for this position, because it's different. And yeah, I think it's that.
Very good, very good. I just see Luis, you're about to leave, I guess, right? Because you have just arrived in your place. Wanna say something, Luis? Wanna add comments? You're muted. You're muted.
Uh, uh, about layoff, yes.
Yeah. Wanna add comments about layoffs?
Okay. Is a hard moment, in the life, because we know, we needed to job. Okay. uh, In last year, I I am, out of the company, in the is a moment so hard for me, because I have family and things, in the head, but the companies, have moments, and the company needs to understand the moment, sometimes needed to desligar, some peoples, and I think so hard moment, but hard times, make it grow up. Okay.
Yes, very good. Thanks for sharing your opinion on that. Very, very good. Um, Let me go back to Pamela. Um, how do you think the layoffs, how do they impact the employer brand or the and also the employee morale or self-esteem when it happens?
I think for the employee, well, can be devastating because sometimes they just happen out of nowhere, and people sometimes are counting on that for everything. They have plans. I mean, you all know what a job means. So uh, it's bad in that sense for the person that goes, and also for the people who stay in the company, because I've been in a situation like that, to see people go, and for the team is always like, am I going to be the next one? is it going to happen to me? Should I be preparing? Should I be updating my resume? Should I be talking to other companies? You know, so it's a tension that it spreads from all over the company, and it has to be handled with attention and with, I think I can use the word humanity. You know, we are all people, so it has to be taken care of properly. And about the employer brand is also a challenge because I think maybe you can relate to that, but it's hard to build a strong brand because there are a lot of pillars that have to be, you know, to sustain everything. And this one thing can be really challenging to you know to maintain a good image, because why are people being laid off? Why this was handled the way it was? It was a problem of planning. I mean, pandemic, it was something that happened with no notice, but couldn't it be handled another way? And the company is always going to be the bad guy, you know? And people are people. We are going to be on the side of people. Yeah, that's it.
Very good, very good. So, yeah, I think it's a challenge in all scenarios, right? So it's difficult to measure, but indeed, it's a challenge for, especially for those who are laid off and do not get any feedbacks about it, right? Nelson, how do you see this challenge? Is it difficult for the company? Is it difficult for the employee laid off? Um, what do you understand about the difficulties being laid off in a company?
It's good to the company because it's changing the brand of the company.
No, yeah, the challenge is that especially the employees, how do they how challenge is it for them when they are laid off?
I don't know to express this.
No, I just created a new question right now. Yeah, just a new question. Yeah, this is real conversation. This is real life
Okay.
conversation, you know,
Okay.
just to challenge a little bit your English skills. Because sometimes, and this is quite a thing, when we are in a class that this is not a class properly, but when we are in a session, we are too attached to the lesson plan, to the questions prepared. And real life, it's not like that. So you prepare everything to live abroad, to find a new job and to get a new job. When it comes to reality, the reality it's totally different from what you planned. But of course, you need to prepare yourself. So my question, Nelson, is how difficult it is for someone who is fired in a layoff? And do you think it's difficult for the companies to fire all the employees at once?
For the company, it's not difficult. Maybe if the companies se preocupa com a imagem dela perante a sociedade. But I think it's the employee.
And it's hard to deal with that, especially when you don't know what's gonna happen, right? When you're not prepared for that.
It's much prejudice to some types of workers. uh, like workers, remote workers.
Yeah.
It's more it's more easy to lay off them.
Yeah. Very good. And for you, Luis, do you think it's is it both a challenge for companies and employees or just for the employees? What's the challenge when you are fired?
Uh, I believe it is a challenge for our no for all, uh, because the people need a job and the company need the people for work, for and the difficult of the companies, uh, after before sorry, I'm nervous. I'm a little,
No problem.
I'm nervous. Okay. um, uh, we see only the people side, but for the company needs to fire the people, happening, anything. Okay. Or lose money or lose a job. Here in Brazil, we know it's so hard, have a company. I don't say to the big companies, but the small companies, it's so hard, in Brazil, can se manter. Okay. And I believe is a challenge, for people and for companies.
Very good. Yeah. Um, Christian, I'm going to ask you another question, and I'm gonna really ask using the new word I have just prepared for this immersion. What are the second or even third order consequences of layoffs, and how can companies prepare to mitigate these impacts, in your opinion? So the second and third consequences about the layoffs, how do you see that companies can prepare themselves better to mitigate these impacts?
You said the second order consequences?
Yeah. Do you understand
Mm,
what does it mean?
no, I don't know what does it mean.
Second order consequences is the outcomes that result from the action, the previous action. So, for example, what are the outcomes when you wake up late to go to work? So, what
Okay,
is the result of your action? So,
got it.
what's the result or the second order consequence when a layoff happens? So, how can companies can mitigate or
For companies,
reduce,
right?
yeah, the consequences for companies? Yeah.
Well, let me think a little bit. I would say maybe prepare more people. I don't know. Maybe some employees that are actually or currently working for that company or organization that weren't get laid off. Obviously, the position that are free now or were free, uh, are kind of difficult to fill. So I would say to maybe uh, get more get people more prepared, or try to get employees who understand more the I don't remember the word in English. Maybe they feel that like they are really part of that company. I don't remember the word I want to use. Even in Portuguese, I forget. But uh, employees that feel like they are part of a family, and they're part of that company, and maybe they feel that they can do tasks, and if they create or they prepare that people, when one important role is free, another people will be ready fulfill that task, the different tasks that are needed. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Very good. Nayara, do you agree with Christian? Do you think do you follow the same opinion or you have a different one?
Okay, I'm here and I'm trying to understand, but I think I didn't understand this question. Like second and third order consequence. I don't know.
It's
But
just the result, the second result or third result. What happens next when someone is fired? So that's pretty much the meaning of second order consequences. So what are the consequences of the layoff or companies laying people off?
okay, I'm trying to understand why it's a challenge to do a layoff. You know, why is a challenge? Because there is an employment contract. You know, we are not a family. It's not our family. It's a company, and we work for this company, and it's just that I can be fired and I can leave my job, and you can just I don't know, you know, it's not a problem. I don't know what why we are discussing this here, because I don't know, I think people think that a company it's like your family. They put a heart on your job, you know. And companies don't have hearts, they have CNPG, you know. It's just that. And yeah, I don't know, I think in the like to to resume this conversation, I think every company has an employment contract, and that's it, you know. And we can leave your job, and company can do a layoff where in at any time, you know. It's just that.
Very good. I totally agree, you know. My point of view is people they want to be uh cared like children.
Yeah.
They are like they have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and they want to be treated like children. So, oh, I'm your papa, so I'm going to fire you. I'm sorry. Oh, you're so important to me. I love you, my baby,
Yes.
but you're not gonna work here anymore.
And I think people do this sometimes. It's because they are working, like they are put all the effort, all the your knowledge for this company. You're not working for yourself. Like when you are working for some company, you need to think, oh, I'm here to learn for myself and not to give more money for my boss, you know, something like that. So if I learn something in this company, it's for my knowledge, you know. It's and I want to use this knowledge for I don't know, when I can when I get my own business or something, you know. And I think this is the problem, because people think that, oh, I'm here in this company and this is my family, you know. And oh my god, I will wear the shirt, you know,
The
something.
t-shirt, yeah, the shirt, yeah.
Cheater, yes. And I think this is not the correct way to think.
Yeah. And I'm gonna add something because I saw on LinkedIn. I saw Luciano Santos, the author of Be Selfish with Your Career. He just posted something on Instagram and LinkedIn about wearing the business t-shirt. You should do that, but thinking that it's for yourself, not because of the company, you know? You work for yourself. So I see a lot of people, oh, I'm not going to develop more than what I am being paid for because I'm not being paid for. Okay. So when you're fired, that's what happens for people that are not doing an extra, you know, or and you're not doing extra in a way that, and I totally understand that people are going to get me wrong on this, but you don't need to do the extra for the company. You do the extra for yourself because you want to develop yourself, you want to learn, you want to be better professional, you want to be a better human. So you're doing for yourself, even though you're doing for the company, right? So that's what I have been doing since I started working when I was 18 for the first time. I was working without contract for a year and a half as an intern. I was doing for myself, not because of the company, you know. Pamela, let's talk specifically about this. Do you think people who do not or do you think people who just work what they are paid for, they are more likely to get fired? Tricky question for you.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. Why for me? Mm, I don't know if that's one answer for that, because companies are different. They see things different. I mean, some of them may see that like laziness, maybe. Other ones can see that like that's exactly what we need. We need the person to do this, and this is what she or he is doing. So that's it, you know. I think there's just about expectations and how they are fulfilled. Yeah,
Yeah, expectation is the key.
yeah.
Yeah. Luis, another, I'm creating new questions. I'm sorry, I'm not following the structure. And I think it's more challenging, especially when we have a free conversation like this. Um, what do you expect um, from the company when they have a layoff or they fire you? What are the expectations for you or for people that are being laid off or being fired?
Uh, I think I can understand the question. What is uh, uh, sorry? Uh, what? 1 minute, please.
It's pretty normal. It's pretty normal. Yeah.
Uh,
You're doing
uh,
great, by the way. You're doing great.
okay. I think I understand the question. What's expensive for the layoff, please?
Yeah, what are and this is a good thing you're doing. When you're learning a language, if you don't understand, you just try to repeat, oh, let me see if I understood the question correctly. And the question is, what are the expectations for people? What are the expectations people have when they are fired?
Okay.
Expectations from the company. So what the company should do or shouldn't do, you know?
When a people is fired, the expectation it's so hard to say because it's like in I said, it's not a family, it's a job. Uh, I believe the expectation is find another job, and the company uh, go keep it. Okay, they find other people for the job and they keep it going. Uh, I think uh, I can say o que está na minha cabeça, né? I think I say is that it?
Yeah.
Nobody,
E a forma como você. E você vai perceber que a forma como você responde, ela vai melhorando conforme a prática. Principalmente quando você presta atenção em como as pessoas estão respondendo. E às vezes a gente acha que para melhorar a fala, a gente precisa só falar, né? Sair falando, igual um papagaio. E muitas das vezes a gente vai ouvir, só que vai prestar atenção no que a gente tá ouvindo, pra gente depois usar. Right?
right, thank you.
Uh, just last question. And what are the responsibilities of a company when they fire people? Uh, Nayara, can you try first this one, then I ask the others. What are the It's question number 10, basically. Not just ethical considerations, but what are the responsibilities in general a company uh has to have towards their employees during a layoff?
Mm, um, I don't know. When I think about responsibilities, I just think about the I don't know how uh I don't know this vocabulary. I don't know. I don't know how to say this in English, but they need to pay, because oh my God, it's really difficult for me. I don't know how to explain. So and I don't even know if I understand the question, but I will say em português because qual que é a responsabilidade da empresa quando tem essa demissão em
Yes.
massa, vamos dizer assim?
Yeah.
Somente de pagar os funcionários que foram demitidos. Eu não sei se teria alguma outra responsabilidade sem ser isso.
That's a very good answer. So, Christian, what do you think? What are the responsibilities? Do you think it's like Nayara said, or do you think it's something else? What do you have?
Well, I don't know so much about Brazilian rules because, by the way, I'm not from here. I am from Bolivia. I didn't even know that I was receiving my FGTS because it's something new for me. In Bolivia, we don't have that.
Yeah.
But I understand when you get fired here in Brazil, sem justa causa, and I don't know how to say that in Portuguese. You had to get paid for at least I think 7 months, right? During for the time that you are looking for a different job, and that's the only thing that I know here
But it's not the
about.
company. But it's not the company that pay for
Okay,
seven or
well,
6 months.
Yeah.
well, I don't know so much about it, but I thought it was the company, but it's not like that. That's it. That's my opinion.
Very good. Very good. It's good to hear that. Like here in Canada or even in US, when you're fired. So they pay your monthly salary or what's in the contract, and that's it. Nothing else to do. No one to cry. Okay. But anyway, I'm not gonna dive deep into this discussion. Nelson, and for you, what's the responsibility the company needs to have when they fire someone? In your own words, nas suas palavras, okay?
Okay. I think it's the first ethical consideration responsibilities of the company towards its employees during layoffs resolve around transparency, support, fairness, and respect for the dignity of the individual.
Very good answer. Totally agree. Totally agree. I think transparency and respect are the two main things actually when something like that happens. Yeah. In any kind of contract or relationship, right? Very nice. Pamela, your turn. What do you think about this responsibilities and considerations companies should or shouldn't have when firing people?
I agree with everybody. That's what in the law companies have to do. I mean, that's not even a discussion, like Nayara said. They have to, and that's it. But I also think that depends, again, from the company. How was your journey during the time you've been in that company? And maybe you guys will disagree because that's my personal experience. I've worked in very good places, and especially now I'm in a place that we value people a lot. I mean, I know that sounds cliche, the family thing, but we really work together, and it's a nice environment. And that's what has most value for me. I mean, if I was laid off, this would be the thing that frightens me the most, to lose that. Money I can get somehow in another job. And yes, I can go and get another job, but this connection that I have with the people that I work with, that I spend most of my day with, losing that would be really devastating for me, this place that I am now. But so for this question, the responsibility that I would like my company to have is to listen to me and to take care. I mean, it's the opposite of what we are talking, but that's the reality I live. So that's what I've been giving for them for this past years. So that's what I would like to have back.
Yes. And that's what I love about this English talks, that we can have different opinions and every single time we respect each other and we can have good conversations, even though we talk about religion, politics, or soccer. You know, it's crazy and it happens like that. It's been more than 10,000 of conversations already, and lots of hours delivered for people to practice and achieve fluency. Um, just before we finish, I'm gonna say other few things in Portuguese. Essa é uma conversação clássica da Talk and Talk, onde a gente tem outros alunos facilitadores que lideram essas conversações, e esses alunos eles estão em um outro estágio de desenvolvimento, estudando aqui dentro da plataforma. Ou seja, a gente não tem professor. É a única plataforma de aprendizado descentralizado na prática. O que que significa? Que você não vai ter o acompanhamento de um instrutor, um professor ou alguém especialista na área de linguística ou de aprendizado de idiomas. E apesar de você não ter isso, você vai aprender a falar o idioma, como milhares de outros alunos já fizeram desde 2016. Apenas porque você vai estar praticando, né? E se envolvendo e se expondo. Por isso que manter a câmera aberta é extremamente importante. Porque, infelizmente, a gente, quando aprende um idioma, a gente precisa falar. A gente precisa fazer igual a Pamela, ó. A minha opinião é essa, e ela é diferente da de vocês, por causa disso, disso, disso. De uma forma muito empática, muito respeitosa e muito leve, né? Então a gente não tá aqui pra dizer, ó, o que eu tô falando é certo e o que você tá falando é errado. Pelo contrário, o que eu tô falando é o que eu vejo na minha vida, no meu ponto de vista. E que legal que vocês têm outro ponto de vista. Eu nunca tinha pensado sobre isso, né? O Christian, pra mim era novo o seguro-desemprego, né? Não sabia que isso existia. É, isso é muito legal. Vocês vão receber por e-mail um, um pedido de feedback, uma pesquisa, para vocês dizerem como que foi essa sessão. Para mim é extremamente importante, saber como que ela funcionou para vocês, qual é o ponto de vista de vocês. Essa pesquisa é anônima, você não precisa colocar seu nome. E o mais importante, é, do que dizer o que que você achou, é o que você aprendeu, deixar isso registrado. E essa é uma coisa que eu venho pedindo sempre no final das imersões que eu lidero. O que você aprendeu na sessão de hoje? Porque eu sei que, foi legal, foi isso, foi aquilo, mas o que de fato você aprendeu? Será que você aprendeu second order consequences? Né? Você não precisa de uma aula para aprender vocabulário. O vocabulário já está dentro de você. Outros vocabulários vão estar, por exemplo, esse vocabulário veio de um artigo na internet. E, e aí você começa só a praticar, sem precisar memorizar, tá? Se você por acaso faz Duolingo, venha para Talk and Talk praticar com mais de quase 80 horas de conversação por semana. A gente vai começar a fazer as conversações particulares com os alunos facilitadores, né? Tô fazendo esse planejamento para a gente retomar, né? Voltar, né? Com melhorias. E tem um teste de nível dentro da plataforma para você fazer, de inglês, francês e espanhol, que é totalmente gratuito. As comunidades também estão gratuitas dentro do site. E a gente libera aí algumas sessões para você testar, tá bom? Quero agradecer. I want to thank Christian, Luis, Pamela, Nelson, Nayara, especially Nayara and Christian, who are in here for a few time now. And Luis, Nelson, Pamela, I hope you have enjoyed this experience. I know it's not easy, but if it was easy, you wouldn't be here, right? So we are here to develop ourselves together. Any considerations in Portuguese or in English about this session of today? Alguém quer falar alguma coisa? Alguma consideração, algum feedback em português ou
Eu
inglês?
quero só falar que é, eu falei, falei o negócio da empresa não ter coração e tal, né? Mas eu realmente acredito que tenham empresas boas de se trabalhar, são raras, principalmente aqui no Brasil, não sei como é que é fora, mas aqui no Brasil são raras as empresas que você é realmente tratado como um ser humano. E, e é isso, eu estou trabalhando numa multinacional hoje e quero sair correndo. É só isso que eu quero dizer.
A gente vai trazer também parceiros aí, principalmente para realocação, formação, a própria CM School, que é nossa parceira, sou parceiro do Emiliano já há muitos anos, de formar novos gestores de comunidade, pessoas que não trabalham com gestão de comunidade, mas querem começar a trabalhar, querem fazer um estágio na prática, né, ao invés de só estudar, mas entender como que a Talk and Talk funciona. Quais são as estratégias de comunidade que a Talk and Talk aplica? O que que a gente faz de fato que desde 2016 faz a gente ser essa plataforma desse jeito, sem professores e com resultado? Então, tem várias coisas que a gente consegue fazer e essas coisas só acontecem por causa dos alunos assinantes. Não temos nenhum funding, não temos ninguém financiando a gente. A não sei quando a gente precisa de dinheiro, a gente pede emprestado para o banco, né? Então, basicamente isso. Para quem está sem emprego, a gente tem um programa social. É só você entrar lá no nosso site, no rodapé, tem lá programa social. Então, se por acaso você tem LinkedIn e está sem emprego, você pode aplicar para o programa social da Talk and Talk. Ok? 100% gratuito, a gente faz uma análise do seu perfil. Caso você seja aprovado, você recebe tudo por e-mail, com os passos que você tem que seguir. Thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoyed and learned something from this session. And see ya. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you. This was great.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye
Have a
bye.
great day.